Okay, all right, everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to be reading the Gospel according to Mary Magdalene, and this is one of my favorite Gospels. It was found in the 1800s, old text dated to like the 300s, I believe. You'd have to fact check me on that, but I believe it's dated to the 300s. Essentially, it's the Gospel according to Mary, and it shows us why reality is consciousness. So I really love it. I like the Bible, and I think it's the best text that has ever been written. It shows the true nature of reality. So I'll be making more videos about the Bible soon, but this one, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. So let's get right into it. We got Samus in the background helping us out, providing some much needed rest and stamina. Okay. All right, so the Gospel according to Mary Magdalene, otherwise known as the Gospel of Mary. Chapter 4. Pages 1 to 6 of the manuscript containing chapters 1 through 3 are lost. The extant text starts on page 7. Will matter then be destroyed or not? The Savior said, all nature, all formations, all creatures exist in and with one another, and they will be resolved again into their own roots. For the nature of matter is resolved into the roots of its own nature alone. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Peter said to him, since you have explained everything to us, tell us this also. What is the sin of the world? The Savior said, there is no sin, but it is you who make sin when you do the things that are like the nature of adultery, which is called sin. That is why the good came into your midst, to the essence of every nature, in order to restore it to its root. Then he continued and said, that is why you become sick and die, for you are deprived of the one who can heal you. He who has a mind to understand, let him understand. Matter gave birth to a passion that has no equal, which proceeded from something contrary to nature. Then there arises a disturbance in its whole body. That is why I said to you, be of good courage, and if you are discouraged, be encouraged in the presence of the different forms of nature. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. When the Blessed One had said this, he greeted them all, saying, peace be with you, receive my peace unto yourselves. Beware that no one lead you astray, saying, lo here, or lo there, for the Son of Man is within you. Follow after him. Those who seek him will find him. Go then and preach the gospel of the kingdom. Do not lay down any rules beyond what I appointed you, and do not give a law like the lawgiver, lest you be constrained by it. When he said this, he departed. I think that's a really important note right there. Do not give a law like the lawgiver, lest you be constrained by it. He's essentially saying any law that you create for yourself in your reality, you will live by the constraints of this law. So you are creating the laws in your mind by perceiving things in a certain way and thinking they have to be a certain way. You say, this is law. And then you are constrained by your own law. You are limited by that law that you have laid down. Chapter 5. But they were grieved. They wept greatly, saying, how shall we go to the Gentiles and preach the gospel of the kingdom of the Son of Man? If they did not spare him, how will they spare us? Then Mary stood up, greeted them all, and said to her brethren, do not weep and do not grieve, nor be irresolute, for his grace will be entirely with you and will protect you. But rather let us praise his greatness, for he has prepared us and made us into men. When Mary said this, she turned their hearts to the good, and they began to discuss the words of the Savior. Peter said to Mary, sister, we know that the Savior loved you more than the rest of women. Tell us the words of the Savior, which you remember, which you know, but we do not, nor have we heard them. Mary answered and said, what is hidden from you, I will proclaim to you. And she began to speak to them these words. She said, I saw the Lord in a vision, and I said to him, Lord, I saw you today in a vision." He answered and said to me, "Blessed are you that you did not waver at the sight of me, for where the mind is, there is the treasure." I said to him, "Lord, how does he who sees the vision see it? Through the soul or through the spirit?" The Savior answered and said, "He does not see through the soul, nor through the spirit, but the mind that is between the two, that is what sees the vision, and it is." And then it then we go on to chapter 8. Pages 11 through 14 are missing from the manuscript, so they leave you on a little cliffhanger there. But it's a good stopping point. It still makes sense. But the mind that is between the two, that is what sees the vision, and it is. You can essentially say, when you are seeing as awareness, as true awareness, then you see the vision, you see truly as the world is. So that's, and I do want to go up and reread this one line back here because it was good. "Blessed are you that you did not waver at the sight of me, for where the mind is, there is the treasure." There wasn't a comma there, so I didn't read it correctly. "For where the mind is, there is the treasure." Wherever your mind resides, wherever you reside internally, this is where the treasure is. This is where consciousness, true life, really lives, really is. Chapter 8. It. And Desire said, "I did not see you descending, but now I see you ascending. Why do you lie, since you belong to me?" The soul answered and said, "I saw you. You did not see me nor recognize me. I served you as a garment, and you did not know me." When it said this, it, the soul, went away rejoicing greatly. Again it came to the third power, which is called ignorance. The power questioned the soul, saying, "Where are you going? In wickedness are you bound? But you are bound. Do not judge." And the soul said, "Why do you judge me, although I have not judged? I was bound, though I have not bound. I was not recognized, but I have recognized that the all is being dissolved, both the earthly things and the heavenly." When the soul had overcome the third power, it went upwards and saw the fourth power, which took 7 forms. The first form is darkness, the second, desire, the third, ignorance, the fourth is the excitement of death, the fifth is the kingdom of the flesh, the sixth is the foolish wisdom of the flesh, the seventh is the wrathful wisdom. These are the 7 powers of wrath. They asked the soul, "Whence do you come, slayer of men? Or where are you going, conqueror of space?" The soul answered and said, "What binds me has not been slain. What binds me has been slain, and what turns me about has been overcome. And my desire has been ended, and ignorance has died. In an eon I was released from a world, and in a type from a type, and from the fetter of oblivion, which is transient. From this time on, will I attain to the rest of the time, of the season of the eon, in silence." Chapter 9. When Mary had said this, she fell silent, since it was to this point that the Savior had spoken with her. But Andrew answered and said to the brethren, "Say what you wish to say about what she has said. I at least do not believe that the Savior said this, for certainly these teachings are strange ideas." Peter answered and spoke concerning these same things. He questioned them about the Savior. Did he really speak privately with the woman and not openly to us? Are we to turn about and all listen to her? Did he prefer her to us? Then Mary wept and said to Peter, "My brother Peter, what do you think? Do you think that I have thought this up myself in my heart, or that I am lying about the Savior?" Levi answered and said to Peter, "Peter, you have always been hot-tempered. Now I see you contending against the woman like the adversaries. But if the Savior made her worthy, who are you, indeed, to reject her? Surely the Savior knows her very well. That is why he loved her more than us. Rather, let us be ashamed and put on the perfect man, and separate as he commanded us, and preach the gospel, not laying down any other rule or other law beyond what the Savior said. And when they heard this, they began to go forth to proclaim and to preach the gospel of Mary. All right, so that is it, y'all. That's the gospel of Mary. It's very good. I like it. I think it would be, hopefully more of it can be found. Here we go. The Gospel of Mary is found in the Berlin Gnostic Codex, Papyrus Berlinensis 8502. This very well preserved codex was discovered in the late 19th century, somewhere near Akhmim in Upper Egypt. It was purchased in Cairo in 1896 by a German scholar, Dr. Karl Reinhardt. Shout out to him. And then taken to Berlin. Okay, it was probably copied and bound in the late 4th or early 5th century. And it contains Coptic translations of the three very important early Christian Gnostic texts: the Gospel of Mary, the Apocryphon, I always botch that word, of John, and the Sophia of Jesus Christ. And the texts themselves date to the 2nd century and were originally authored in Greek. So they are now published in the Nag Hammadi library. It'd be cool if we can get more of it, but unfortunately, pages 1 to 6, pages 11 to 14, which includes chapters 1 up until 4, and then portions of chapters 5 through 8 are missing, which sucks. But hopefully more of it will be found. But anyways, either way, what is extent of it is empowering. It's really just showing you, it's very, all of the gospel will tell you how to live truly through yourself as consciousness, as true reality, as true awareness, which we all are. And I think this gospel is one of the gospels that really outlines that very well, that you are consciousness, and you're I'm trying to find the line that is the best. Yeah, do not lay down any rules beyond what I appointed you, and do not give a law like the lawgiver, lest you be constrained by it. I think that line alone makes this gospel superb, because from that line alone, you can see that it is saying, do not create any laws for yourself, or rather, any laws that you do create for yourself, you will be constrained and bound. You will be binded by these laws. And it's true. In this world, you are the lawmaker. You are the creator of it all. So create laws which you want to live by. You're going to live by the laws of your mind, of your reality, no matter what. So you might as well create laws that you desire to live by, laws that will empower you to live a good life. And don't make, every time you say something to yourself, you're creating that as a law in your head. Every time you are speaking matter-of-factly in your mind about any topic, you are creating that in that instant, because your mind and your consciousness, your awareness is the true reality. So when you say that my dog is sick, like, he's an old dude, he's got cancer, and every time I say that he's sick, he's getting old, his health is declining, then there's evidence that his health is declining. I make it law that his health is declining. And recently, a couple weeks ago, he was limping around and not doing good, and I just said, no, Samus is healthy. He's healthy and enjoying his life. And then since that point, he was limping for weeks and barely, super lethargic, not wanting to do anything. He's still a little lethargic, if you can't tell, but he no longer limps. And it was like to the point where he would barely put any pressure on one of his front legs. Now he doesn't limp at all. It just went away. He eats normally again. He sleeps less. He's still lethargic, but he sleeps less. But he's also 10 years old, so he's going to sleep. And he plays a lot more. You know, he likes going on longer walks and stuff. So, you know, whatever laws you say, whatever you say is truth, it is gospel. And that's what this gospel is telling us. Whatever you say is the law, is the fucking law. You know, the law is whatever you say it is. Whatever you say is true for yourself is true in your world and your reality, because your world and your reality is different than mine. But we are the same. You know, we are the same aspect, one small aspect, small fragment of all that is. But, you know, use that as empowerment. Create the world you want to live in. Create the reality that you are meant to live in. You know, don't give yourself any limits. Whatever the fuck you want to do, go and do it. Be it. Say it, be it, do it. Okay? Acknowledge that you are all that is, and that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to, because whatever you set your mind to is truth, is reality. And whatever you set your mind to, you will inevitably see outside of you. Be unbothered by what is outside of you. Stay steady. Steady the course within. Stay steady within as who you know you are, who you know you are wanting to be. Whoever you are wanting to be, you are, because you already have it. You already have that which you desire. That's why you have the desire in the first place. So, yeah, I just wanted to get on here and share that today. Live your life and do it by your own fucking means. Get whatever you want. Be everything you want. Maybe I might make a video soon describing some of my own transformation and things that I have brought into this world for myself. I don't know, maybe we'll wait a little before doing that, but we'll see. Live according to the gospel, though. Live according to the laws you create, and let the laws you create be fucking great, because why wouldn't they? Why don't you want to live in a world of greatness, right? You do. So let yourself live in it. All right. Peace. Love you guys.